Ricky Sayer here at the Margate Ventnor border, where workers have begun using existing Ventnor dunes and berms to begin to fill what has been dubbed the Lake Margate. The work comes as the void between the controversial new Margate dunes and homes in Margate once again filled with water during a rainstorm. On Saturday, during that storm, which was heavy at times, a backhoe was seen digging up a sand dune at the southern end of Ventnor and place the sand on dump trucks destined less than 100 yards away in Margate. So far, Walters Marine, which was contracted by the Army Corps to build the dunes, has created a line of sand mounds. They finished their day's work at 2:30 p.m., having placed sand mounds stretching about 2 blocks. They were asked by residents why they were stopping then.
Why'd you stop?
Time to go.
Oh, but you're not done with this part.
No, we'll be back tomorrow.
Perfect.
The 2 blocks were, quote, just what they could get done. Noticeably, the workers have not yet spread the sand across the standing water. They say this will happen in the coming days. In the meantime, the water lays still, posing risks to the community. Standing water behind Margate dunes in the past was tested and found to have elevated bacteria levels. As for the rest of Margate, workers said that they too will see the sand being used to fill up the ponding areas. They admit that they are not sure if the solution is short-term or long-term. They said that all of the sand that will be used to fill in the areas that have been flooding will come from Ventnor, specifically from an existing dune that is sat behind the Ventnor boardwalk for a number of years, as well as a mound of sand that was left from when the project began. Workers that I talked to made the argument that it was okay for them to take away sand from this dune here in Ventnor, as they have already built another dune on the other side of the Ventnor boardwalk. Still, the latest plan isn't going over well with many Margate residents like Bob Summers, who has lived in Margate and Ventnor his whole life. He originally supported the controversial dune project. Now, he calls it ridiculous.
They're taking Ventnor's beautiful dune and moving it to Margate. It's appalling.
Appalling. So, and what has this dune been like for years?
Well, it's been a pretty dune, nice grass.
Yeah.
It's been here forever. It's gone.
I guess that's what they're allowed to do, if it's not an official burn. But, well, we'll see what happens. The beach is unusable. The access is unusable as it stands.
Other residents who live just behind the dune being destroyed have a slightly different view of the current methods being used.
We're fine with that. This is the remnant of the last dune project, which was probably 10-15 years ago, and obviously the rest of it washed away, so we were fine with them taking this down.
Residents explain that the last time a dune was built in the south end of Ventnor, it was nearly all washed away in a nor'easter, leaving a steep drop-off on the beach in its wake. The Ventnor government fixed the problem by pushing the sand back to the other side of the boardwalk, creating the current dune and berms that currently have grass growing on them, and which is what Walters Marine has been using to fill in the areas that have been ponding in Margate.
It's very overgrown. It's not been really maintained that well, so it's a good idea. At least they can use the sand for something productive.
Even those who support the current methods being used to fix the ponding issue disapprove of the project as a whole.
We're not fans of the project because it obviously is not properly thought through. It's not working, and as everyone knows, the flooding in this town is a big problem.
And I can't understand why they're not doing anything to address that problem.
Well, I just think they could have been more transparent about the whole process and more forthright with the citizens about what was happening in the process. We sort of learned things as they happened.
Yeah.
And obviously, the summertime is not an ideal choice for when to undertake this project.
Reporting on the southern end of the Ventnor Boardwalk for RickyReports.tv, I am Ricky Sayer.